Parents should be responsible for their juveniles' crimes. Controlling children's behavior is one of the most important tasks in today's society. Juvenile is described as a young person under the age of 18, but older than 8. Crimes is described as an action or omission that constitutes an offense that may be prosecuted by the state and punishable by law. Parental responsibility. Parental responsibility is defined by the Children's Act of 1989 as being all the rights, duties, powers, and responsibility which a parent of a child has in relation to the child and his or her property. Parental responsibility lasts until the child is 18, although at that upper end of childhood, it should only be exercised in a way which is consistent with the child's evolving capacity and maturity. Having parental responsibility is legally distinct from being recognized as a child's mother or father. Children that have parents who are intimately involved in their lives are found to be secure and happy. They have the best chance of excelling in not only their educational development, but in life itself. Parents who make the extra effort to oversee their children's well-being also ensure their children have the best opportunity to develop their cognitive skills, as well as keeping them motivated towards making positive choices. Also, when parents make the decision to watch over their child's development, they benefit as well by learning right along with their children what it means to learn right from wrong. Parental liability. Parental liability is a term used to refer to a parent's obligation to pay for damage done by negligent, intentional, or criminal acts of the parent's child. In most states, parents are responsible for all malicious or willful property damage done by their children. Parental liability usually ends when the child reaches the age of majority and does not begin until the child reaches an age of between 8 and 10. Laws vary from state to state regarding the monetary thresholds on damages collected, the age limit of the child, and the inclusion of personal injury in the tort claim. Laws automatically impose liability on parents of children who have maliciously caused property damage. These laws protect victims of property damage by requiring parents to pay some compensation, even if they were not negligent. Parental negligence. In the Orlando Sentinel, an article reads, when parents fail to supervise children in situations requiring it, the parents may be negligent. A negligent parent is responsible for any damages or injuries caused by the children's behavior in the unsupervised situation. The child's age and or absence of intent to do damage is not relevant. A parent who is not liable under parental liability laws because their child is very young and incapable of malicious intent could still be found negligent because they failed to properly supervise their child. The impact of negligence on a child may not be apparent at an early stage except in most extreme cases. However, the effects of neglecting your child are harmful and possibly long-lasting for the victims. Its impact can become more severe as a child grows older and can encompass multiple areas, including health and physical development, intellectual and cognitive development, emotional and psychological development, social and behavioral development. Being a part of your child's life is very important. You could be the defining factor between good and bad. Children make mistakes, but if you are there to correct them and show them there are consequences, then they are more than likely not to do it again. I realize some children go astray, no matter how hard parents try, but it is still your responsibility to take the precautionary measures to make sure that any unfortunate incidents do not occur. If you have a problematic child, it is your responsibility to get them the help they need and spend as much time with them as possible. Remember, you are your child's role model. Be a good one. We eventually have to depend on these children in the real world without you guiding them. So make every day count and be the best parent you can be.
Okay, at what age do we as parents start holding children responsible for their own actions?
We can start holding them responsible for their actions at 18 after we have taught them to be responsible young adults.
Yeah. And if we do hold the parents, in your opinion, if we hold the parents responsible to pay for the damages, like you said, if it puts the parents in a financial debt, do you think that would hurt the ability for the parents to officially teach their kids right from wrong?
Now, I think that would teach the parents to be more responsible for their children. If they were responsible in the beginning, then the parents wouldn't have had to be put in that situation to start with. Okay. Why should we hold 10-year-olds responsible when you as the parent didn't teach them right from wrong to start with?
Well, I think by the age of 10, whether they care or not that they're doing right from wrong, I think by the age of 10, they still do have enough intelligence to know when they are doing right from wrong, whether they necessarily care or are worried about the consequences for their actions. But I think by the age of 10, they probably do know what is right and what is wrong.
So at age 10, it would be okay to incarcerate them?
Well, I don't know about incarcerate them, but I think it should be their punishment. They should take some of the punishment at least.
Once again, I believe that parents should be accountable for their children. We cannot just throw them to the wolves and expect them to raise themselves as respectful young adults. We have to give them guidelines to go by.